Week 3 of the 2019 NFL season is officially in the books, and while there are many storylines happening around the league, the most important one, and one that I want to make sure nobody forgets, is the Packers are still undefeated. Grossi Posse Packer Nation. Welcome to an episode of Packcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I am your host, Tom Grossi, and we are breaking it down. Week 3 of the NFL. We recapping all up in here. And so, I got some complaints, got some DMs that people were just like, Cam, never talk about the San Francisco 49ers. Tam, you never talk about random team. Tam, I'm watching you sleep. And that last one I appreciate, and please let me know if I drool. But, so because of that, we'll go through each game. I'll give you my little bit of commentary, and then we'll move on with our lives, and then look towards week 4. Sound good? All right, let's do it. So starting off with Thursday Night Football, the Jacksonville Jaguars, which again, the Jaguars in real life can take down a Cayman, pretty impressive, took down a Titan. And now these Titans were not led by Denzel Washington and wasn't a great football movie. The complete opposite. The Tennessee Titans sucked pretty big balls, and they just can't get anything going. After embarrassing the Cleveland Browns week 1, and people were like, oh my God, are the Titans actually good? And the Titans have spent the last few weeks saying, no, you were stupid to think that. But the more important news is Jalen Ramsey is actually sick, called out sick on Monday, and apparently was actually throwing up on Sunday, probably because, he's still in Jacksonville. But Gardner Minshew is my literal spirit animal. That guy, everything about him just radiates power, money, sex, and sex. Wow, just what a man. What a man. And you know what? I think that, I know Nick Foles is injured, not coming back. This is the guy that is the face of a franchise. The guy is like the number 3 selling jersey on NFL.com right now. And you know what? This is the greatest thing to happen to Jacksonville in a long, long time. And so I say you sign him to an 8-year deal and pay him $240 million. And I don't even care if he never plays another snap. Just walking out onto the field, that will sell out the entire stadium, which you can't do when you just put regular superstars on the field because no one wants to come to Jacksonville Jaguars games. But other words, Jaguars, they looked pretty good, but the Titans, they sucked. That's my expert analysis on that one. Then moving on to the Dallas Cowboys versus the Miami Dolphins. Everybody expected a slaughter, and listen, to the Dolphins' credit, they actually hung in there for a little bit. Dak Prescott was really good in the third quarter, but didn't really look amazing. And so this wasn't complete and total domination, but they did win 31-6 at the end of the day. And Cowboys fans all over the nation continue to get high on their own product, but it's okay. They'll come crashing down in week 5 when the Packers go to their house again and beat them again. Moving on to the Buffalo Bills versus the Bengals, another undefeated team, not the Bengals. Let me just be very clear. It's definitely not the Bengals. The Buffalo Bills are undefeated after 3 weeks down in the NFL, and the defense is doing enough to get it done. Josh Allen is pulling some tricks out of his hurdle and tush, and the Bengals, they're not good. They're really not good. And, I know A.J. Green is still out, but yeah. It's not pretty. I'm thinking they're competitive. They're hanging in there. But that's kind of the best compliment I could give the Bengals at this point. And I feel like their team right now is just so irrelevant. Everyone was like, oh, Joe Mixon's going to be great this year. Yeah. Is he, though? Like, he's not going to be the answer to your franchise. I think you just need to kind of burn down what you have and maybe trade A.J. Green to a team that actually loves him and appreciates him, and then, use those picks to pick someone else up and be like, here you go, you can come to Cincinnati. And they'll be like, why the hell am I in Cincinnati? I wanted to be an actor. My mom got me into football, and, I didn't want to disappoint her, so I just said, okay, let me continue to do so. And, week in and week out, I just really didn't have my heart in it, but I kept performing. I kept doing well. All of a sudden, I was playing ball in college. And little did I know that I'm competing for the NFL draft. And I'm like, all right, this is a thing. You know, maybe I'll have a nice little career until I'm about 35, 40 years old. And, you know, there's actors that are in their 40s that get their start. Or maybe I'll go on like America's Got Talent or something. And maybe I'll be seen there and I can finally just sing. Be a Broadway actor. But yeah, the Bengals are going to crush someone else's dreams, whoever they draft next. But good luck with that. Then moving on to the Philadelphia Eagles and the Lions. The Lions, why can't you just let us be the only undefeated team in the NFC North, Lions, huh? You've had 2 years. 2 years the Packers haven't been on top, okay? We were in the crapper, and you know the Lions, they are sweeping us. They have won 2 years in a row. They've swept us. You couldn't just give us this. No. And the Eagles, God, you're so damn incompetent and so injured that even when the Lions are like, come on in and score, we don't want to win, you still wind up losing the game. Carson Wentz didn't look great. That offense is just staggering. The defense is not getting home to Matthew Stafford. And God, they let anybody sack that guy. And so you lost 27-24. Could have won at the end of the game, but nope. Nope, couldn't do that. So screw you, Eagles. I hope we kill you on Thursday. And Lions, we'll kill you later in the season. But you'll lose next week against the Chiefs, so we'll be square there. Then moving on to the New England Patriots versus the Jets. Do we even need to talk about this game? Sam Darnold is out. Their backup is out. I mean, who cares at this point? And listen, when I was ranking the undefeated guys yesterday, how many comments did I get? People, check the comments before you leave a comment. You know, the Patriots defense actually didn't give up any points because it was off special teams and a pick six. Okay, fine. Great. Wonderful. The Patriots, your defense is amazing. Your offense looks pretty damn good. Julian Edelman went out and we're like, oh no, is this going to be a little nip in the armor? Nope, because he came right back and was like, let me make an amazing sideline catch. So yeah, the Patriots, you are 3-0 against all of your competition is 0-3, but your defense is amazing and so is your offense. So yeah, the reign of terror just continues every single day. And, you know, like Maximilian Robespierre, who eventually, you know, led the Committee of Public Safety during the reign of terror in France, you know, at the very end, the guy, he actually tried to kill himself, tried to shoot himself, but the gun was wrestled out, shot him in the jaw, left him deformed. And when they brought him to the guillotine, instead of putting him face down, they put him face up and made him watch it. And they unwrapped his gauze and his jaw was hanging out and he saw the blade come down and chop his head off. What I'm trying to say is that the reign of terror is never ending. Maximilian Robespierre or Bill Belichick is going to be alive for literally ever. And the Patriots are going to win Super Bowl 69. That's what I got there. Then moving on to the Colts and Falcons. Jacoby Brissett looked amazing. Amazing. And the Falcons, they didn't. They had 16 penalties. They could have and should have won this game, just like they could have and should have won the game against the Eagles. But I guess the Falcons are the could have, should have team of 2019 so far, even though there's a bunch of them that could fit that category. And so the Falcons, I got no answers for you. You have plenty of weapons. You know, you got Matt Ryan, you got Julio Jones, you got a defense that seemed like they were going to be at least competent, but you've had defensive problems for years now. At what point are you just going to be like, hey, we're spending a lot of money on a lot of people. We should probably be winning some games. I would think now would be a good time to think that. Then moving on to the Vikings and Raiders. Yeah, Dalvin Cook just leading the league in rushing yards. He looked scary. And Kirk Cousins, you know, didn't, but he was passable, which is, see what I did there? Because he can't actually throw passes. But no, in reality, he was fine. He was fine, which is the best that you could possibly get out of Kirk Cousins. And, you know, the Raiders, it's a hard knock life for them. See what I did there? Yeah, no, they're bad, though. They don't know what they're doing. Then moving on to the Chiefs and the Ravens. Patrick Mahomes was like, should I make this competitive? Nah. The Chiefs basically had control of this game the entire time. There was no real threat here. Lamar Jackson missed a couple of deep throws. And so the Chiefs just look disgusting. And they have some of their biggest weapons out right now. Damian Williams is out. Tyreek Hill is out. And Patrick Mahomes is like, that's okay. It's fine. I got this, guys. I got this. And so the Chiefs are able to continue on their winning streak. Then moving on to the Green Bay mother-loving Packers. And the Denver Broncos, the Packers took care of business, winning 27-16. The defense looked pretty damn good, except against Phillip Lindsay and Freeman. You know, we need to clean up that run defense just a smidge, just a little bit. But Aaron Rodgers did not get sacked. That's right, which is the first time since November 28th of 2016, the beginning of Run the Table was the last time that Aaron Rodgers was not sacked in a game. Now, a full game, because he wasn't sacked in the Vikings game in 2017, but, you know, he only played a little bit of that because Anthony Barr is a literal monster, so, yeah. But yeah, offensive line looked damn good. Offense still struggled. We need to pick that up real quick, real quick, and hopefully we do that against Philadelphia. And the Broncos, they're a talented 0-3 team, but, you know, Joe Flacco was terrorized all day, 6 sacks on him. The Smiths have my children, please. Panthers and the Cardinals. Listen, Kyle Allen coming in looked pretty damn good. Cam Newton, not so good. Kyle Allen already got the start for next week. And so Christian McCaffrey, again, basically being the backbone of that team. And the Cardinals, I mean, again, this is not complicated. You brought in Josh Rosen. He didn't do well. Now you're bringing in another poor victim, and you're just like, hey, let's put him behind with no offensive line and see what happens. The same thing. They're 0-2-1. You know why? Because they don't have an offensive line. It doesn't matter if you got Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, anybody back there. Doesn't matter what QB you got back there. If you have no offensive line or you give them the Cardinals' offensive line, they're gonna die. So Cardinals, instead of blaming a whole bunch of other people, just blame the fact that you haven't got an offensive line, damn it. But yeah, Panthers won. Giants and the Buccaneers. Oh, Daniel Jones came out and he was like, I got this, bro. Remember Eli Manning? Me neither. And was running towards the end zone, something that Eli Manning never did because he didn't move. But to be completely honest, this was kind of a bit of a hit to the Giants because they lost Saquon Barkley, who looks like he's going to be out 4 to 8 weeks with a high sprain. And Matt Gay should have won this game for them. He missed extra points and then, of course, missed the field goal attempt at the very end. So the Buccaneers definitely should have won this game. They could have won this game, but instead I'm going to have to live in New York and hear about how Daniel Jones is the second coming of Jesus Christ for at least the next week. So thanks, Bucks. The Saints and the Seahawks, a game that I thought the Seahawks were going to dominate considering you had Teddy Bridgewater, Drew Brees was going to be out, and I was completely wrong. While Bridgewater did just fine, yeah, the Saints did pretty damn good. Kamara is a literal god. Literal god. He is saving my fantasy season right now. And so, Kamara, I love you. Love you. Seahawks, you should have won this game too, but, you know, you took a bunch of balls to the face, and I'm talking about the ones that Pete Carroll took, literally, to his face and needed stitches. So, yeah, losing at home to Teddy Bridgewater, not really great. Then moving on to the Texans and the Chargers. The Chargers, good God. First of all, Deshaun Watson, give him all the credit. Guy looks amazing. Even he's about to get sacked, he's just like, no thanks, and he gets a touchdown. He's amazing. But the Chargers, man, what the hell? Like, the amount of penalties, and this is like week in and week out now, the Chargers are just taking a shotgun and blowing off their kneecaps. Not even in their foot, because they don't have feet left, because they've already shot them off the other 2 weeks. They are blowing their kneecaps off of their bodies. And so, yeah, what the hell is going on with the Chargers? But I hope they don't figure it out by the time they play the Packers. Then moving on to the 49ers. There you go, guys. I'm talking about them. I'm talking about the 49ers. Here's what I have to say about the 49ers. You're an undefeated team, and Kittle does a nice impression of The Rock, but you had 5 turnovers, and you still won the game, and it really wasn't because of Jimmy G. And so, look at it this way. You have 5 turnovers, you still win the game. Is that saying that you're that good, you were able to overcome that, or is it saying that the Steelers are that bad? I'm leaning a little bit more towards this. So, the 0-3 Steelers, but hey, 49ers, you can boast. You got your 3-0. We'll see if you can continue that up. The Rams, another undefeated team going into Cleveland on Sunday Night Football. And yeah, both these offenses actually suck. They're really bad. Jared Goff just looks not great. Todd Gurley is the reason I lost in 2 leagues in fantasy. He can't get anything going, and Sean McVay comes out today. We should use Todd Gurley more, you think? Maybe, just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, offense is not looking good. Myles Garrett, I'm so sorry that you're on the Cleveland Browns team. Yeah, there's not a whole lot. You know, I almost called him Johnny Manziel. Ooh, that was bad. Baker Mayfield came back at the end, had a chance, threw an interception in the end zone. So, yeah. No, the Rams don't look great, but they're doing enough to win. So, at the end of the day, I guess that's all that matters. Then moving on to the Monday night game, it's the Bears. 28 freaking points put up in the beginning. They won 31-15 against the Redskins. It's not even close. Clinton Dix got his little pick six there. So Chicago fans could be like, I told you we got the better deal. Just wait till the rest of the season to unfold. But the Redskins, yeah, literally, just take a flamethrower to the whole thing. It's just bad. It's just so bad. And they want consistency at QB. That's why they're not taking out Case Keenum. At this point, who cares? Who cares? Throw anyone back there. It really doesn't matter. Hell, get RG3 to come back. God, they're a bad football team. If I had to choose between getting punched in the balls 16 times or watching the Redskins and Dolphins face off against one another, I would punch myself in the nuts 25 times to not do that. And so, yeah, that's how I feel. But that's week 3 in the NFL. You got 8 undefeated teams because the Lions are there too. There's not going to be 8 next week as you're going to see the Chiefs take on the Lions, the Bills take on the Patriots, and, you know, there's going to be at most 6 left unless they tie, which I don't see happening in either game. But let me know what you thought about week 3 down in the comments below. Were you like, this is wonderful, this is terrible? I imagine you're a Steelers fan if you're on the terrible part. But let me know what you think. You can always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com or at TomGrossiComedy on all social media. See down below. Check out podcasts on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, and YouTube. And a big shout out and thank you to all our Patreon members over at patreon.com/TomGrossiComedy. Hey! All right, well, I'll see you tomorrow because we're going to do Week 4 Fantasy Studs and Duds and, of course, the Week 4 predictions. But thank you so much for watching. I ripped my paper. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go. Bam, bam, ba-da-da-da.